Hello, welcome back. Again, my name is Chivitokoa with Tree of Totems. In this series, we're going to talk about healthy and unhealthy food cravings, their causes, and what you can do to bring about healthy cravings. Our body has this amazing inner intelligence, and this inner intelligence of our body is what kind of tells us what does it crave, what does it need, what kind of condition does it want to reinforce? And this is expressed through our food cravings. Now, Ayurveda shares that there are 6 stages of disease. And in the first 3 stages, our body has healthy food cravings because our body wants to naturally bring our body back into a place of balance. It wants to sustain a place of balance and alignment. But once we go past a certain stage in this disease process, our body begins to crave foods that feed that disease process. Now, why is that? Now, there's a story. I love telling stories, and this is a story of a king who lived in a kingdom far away, but he never got to see his kingdom. And so he sent out 2 different diplomats to his kingdom and say, "Hey, please go out, live amongst my people, and tell me, what is it like? Do the people love me? Should I prepare for a revolt?" and so forth. Right? So after about 9 months of this, he calls them back, and now they're both standing there in front of them. And he asks, "So tell me, what is the manner of my kingdom?" And the first diplomat steps forward and says, "Oh, sire, where I was, the people loved you. They raise their glasses and they cheer your health, and they hope you live a long and prosperous life." The other diplomat stood forward and goes, "Well, I know where you sent this fool, but where I was, people were like backstabbing thieves, and I almost lost my life multiple times." I was like, "You should definitely prepare for an uprising." Now, without these 2 men knowing it, the king had actually sent both of these men to the same area of his kingdom, and he was considering which man to promote and bring into his inner circle, because the king knew that a man will experience in accordance with how he is. Very wise king, very patient too. Now, maybe you can see why you might have consistent experiences of who people you bring into your life and so forth. But you might be asking, now, how does this apply to a detox? Just like we will experience life in accordance with how we are, our body experiences food cravings, desires, and so forth in accordance with how it is. And it wants to reinforce that state. So when we're in a state of a balance and alignment, our body craves those things to sustain that state. We call it a life-affirming loop. But when we're out of balance, our body wants to reinforce that state. So it's going to have cravings in accordance with that state of disease. Now you can see why, and maybe you've experienced this too, I know I have, where you've been trying to move forward into a new direction, like a new regimen or new diet, only for you to suddenly get pulled back to old patterns and habits. You just get derailed from that ambition, right? That vision of health. It's like, what happens? What you see is, you're understanding what happens to our food or our body is like when we eat our food, it breaks down and becomes our body. And that food has intelligence, and that intelligence wants to reinforce itself. So when we are detoxing, what we are doing is helping to lead the body, lovingly lead the body back to a place of alignment. So when it is in alignment, it creates this automated process of health, because you crave those things, and those addictions of sugar and sweets or alcohol or nicotine, caffeine, what have you, those things aren't in alignment. If they're not in alignment with your state of health, you no longer crave them. It's magic. So this is ways of understanding your healthy and unhealthy cravings. Does it reinforce a place of clarity, balance, and alignment? Or is it just reinforcing a state of feeling that you're having? Right? Because you can see that depending on how you feel in your body often dictates what foods you want or music you want to listen to or what have you. All right. A little wisdom from Ayurveda, Tree of Totems, Chivita Koa. Hari Om.